Stress. Who doesn't have stress these days? I had stress, lots of it. I had a very full schedule for today, but was not feeling well. Plus, I had been slandered publicly and had to deal with the fallout of this. In addition, one of my renters had put a restraining order on me, so I couldn't even enter my own property. And I found that a friend was telling people I was using illegal drugs. Plus, I was facing financial issues. The pressure was killing me. What should I do? I was able to defeat this stress by doing what's called lifting my soul to God, which is the way to freedom, wisdom, and joy. This short video is brought to you by Echoland Farm Ministries, a division of Edifying Services Publishing, providing books to build a better life and resources to spark inner spiritual transformation. So watch on and learn how to effectively deal with stress through lifting your soul to God. This brings you freedom, wisdom, and joy. Lifting your soul to God can move you out of depression, worry, and anxiety, moving you towards a healthier, happier, more positive life. That is, life with Jesus, the abundant life He offers us. So, what is lifting your soul to God? It is when you are distressed, telling God about it very openly and honestly. We do this by writing in your journal, pouring out the negatives, making room for the joy that Jesus wants you to have. So what is our soul? It is made up of three parts. First, our mind, then our will, and finally, our emotions. Therefore, lifting our soul to God is honestly telling Him what we're thinking, telling Him what we are wanting, and what we are feeling. And we are to do this without editing, being fully honest so we can shed some light on our inner situation. That means not saying I'm uncomfortable with this, but I'm so angry I could punch him in the face. Not saying, Lord, I don't understand, but how could you have done this, Lord? I'm so disappointed in you. Since He already knows our thoughts, if we don't tell Him what we're really thinking, we grieve Him. God desires truth in our inward parts. So He is pleased when we honestly open our hearts to Him. We can tell Him everything because, as it says in Psalm 86, you, Lord, are good and ready to forgive, abounding in love to all who call to you. Whatever we have done or said or thought, He is ready and willing to forgive us. We need not fear His condemnation. And He is never shocked by what we have to confess. He already knows it all. He is pleased we confess it, and He is pleased to forgive us. Once you have told God all that you are thinking, feeling, and wanting, it's time for step 2, asking, what do you think about this, Lord? What Bible verses come to mind? For me it was, love your enemies. What commands, like forgive as God has forgiven you? What examples, like Jesus said, forgive them, for they don't know what they do. Then step 3, surrender. Give up your perspective and embrace God's. Obey His commands. Follow His example. Do good to those who persecute you. Think about what is good, pure, and admirable. Be diligent in being kind. Speak the truth in love. You can do these 3 steps just in your head, but it is much more effective to write out your thoughts. You have to finish your sentences. You can get the bigger picture. It makes you listen to the Spirit. you can think more deeply. The TV screen in my head is very small, limiting my perspective. But if I write out my thoughts, I get a much wider view, so I can make better decisions. Here's an example. I had a neighbor who did evil to me. Among other things, he put up slanderous lies about me on the town's Facebook page. So I sat down and wrote out to God my anger, my resentment, my embarrassment, and my desire for revenge. This helped me see how my thoughts were selfish and small-minded. The Spirit brought some verses to mind. Do to others what you want them to do to you. Do not return evil for evil, but do good to those who use you. He who offers the sacrifice of thanksgiving honors me and opens the way that I may show him the salvation of the Lord. So I repented of my narrow worldly thoughts and instead forgave this man, thanked God for the situation, and prayed for God to bless him. The outcome? He moved away, making many people happy, for I was not the only one he had attacked. So decide to join God in what he's doing by regularly lifting your soul to him. Then you'll be able to let go of what bothers you, hold on to what is biblically true, and rise above whatever comes. To learn more, check out the short video part 2 on dealing with stress by lifting your soul to God. For another source to learn more about lifting your soul to God, get a copy of this book from Amazon. You can find it under S.M. Wimberly.